Hello everyone, happy Monday. Thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate, usually we are stamping on Sunday night, so thanks to all of you who hopped on over to the Monday night. And if you didn't catch me live, thanks for watching the replay, I greatly appreciate it. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Kim Dent, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator for 20 years. Crazy. I live in Maryland Heights, Missouri, and I have one amazing husband who I could not do this job without him. His name is Rick. And then I have two children. We have two children, Kyle and Kelly, and Kyle is married to Kelly Jane, and they own Shamrocks. It's a local pub and grill in St. Peters, Missouri, close to Mid Rivers if you live in the area. And then I have Kelly, and she is the newlywed who is married to Mike, our new son-in-law. So that's a little bit about me. Thanks for everyone. Hello, if you're hopping in, say hello. Hey, Karen. We are doing well, thank you. How are you and your sister doing? Let me see, I am up. Hello, say hello or give me a thumbs up so I can see that you're joining me tonight. Hello, Miss Jill. Let's see who else we have. Hi, Kathy. Hello, Carol. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, hello, Miss Shirley. How are you tonight? Hi, Joyce. Hello, Valerie. Okay, I'm going to sync my laptop so I can get started. Let's see. Has anyone been stamping in on this crazy cold day? Brr. I worked today, and so did Rick. But oh my goodness, I feel for all the people who have to work outside. Ooh. Okay, it looks like we're almost there, guys. Tune in. Okay, hello, Miss. There we go. All right, I'm going to set this aside. So, for those of you who have been watching me for a while, you know that tomorrow is the beginning of not only our new mini catalog, but our celebration starts January through February. So I'm going to hold up. Oh, and this is my little commercial. If you do not have, oh, my laptop's on top of it. If you have not received this mini catalog, which is filled with some Stampin' goodness, or if you have not received the celebration catalog, please let me know. I have extras here, and I'm going to be happy to pop them in the mail to you. I know here in parts of St. Louis, my customers have been receiving both of these. I know Mary Teal, hers popped in her mailbox on Christmas Eve, and she was saying what a nice little present that was. So I know they've started arriving, but if you have not received yours, please let me know. Oh, Lisa, oh my goodness. Okay. Lisa, we will make sure I'll be seeing you, I think, next weekend. My classes at Zion Lutheran Church are the 14th and 15th, so I will have extra copies for all of you who have not received yours in the mail. Every year, it's like there's always some little glitch. I don't think it's on Stampin' Up's end. It's more on, and I apologize if there's any postal workers out there. I think it's on the postal system, which, so I always order extra because of that. So Lisa, I will make sure that you get your own copy so you don't have to look online. Valerie, yes, it is like the big Sears Wish book. That's a very sweet way to put it. I do have a copy of both of these. They sit up on my nightstand, kind of like when I was a little girl and had that Sears catalog getting ready to mark it up for Christmas. So yeah. Oh, and who said? Sandy said about the little duck. Oh my goodness, girls. So Sandy is on my team. So she has seen she's talking about a stamp set that is precious in the mini catalog. It's got this darling, realistic kind of looking duck. I want to say, Sandy, can you help me out? What else is in that set? It's adorable. The artwork on it is so sweet, so sweet. So anyway, that's my little plug about that. Also, here's my, if you're new to stamping or new to Celebration, the reason that I'm so excited about it is because when I used to say it's the biggest promotion of the Stampin' Up! Year. Thankfully, last year they brought in, we had Celebration not only in January and February, but they also brought it in for August and September, and I believe they're going to do the same this year. But the reason we're so excited is when you spend $50, or there's another level at $100, you get to pick something free from this adorable catalog. So you can purchase anything out of the mini catalog or our regular annual catalog. I've got that there. $50 before shipping and tax, or $100 before shipping and tax. Then you get to pick free items, and there's no limit. So that's the one of the perks. Another perk is when you hit $300, there's a special stamp set, which I can't wait to share with you in there, that if you collect orders from your girlfriends, or you come to my class and you place a $300 order, you get that. It's an amazing stamp set. I think I can say it's a word stamp set, automatically for free. And then the third perk of Celebration is when you are placing orders all the time and you think, it would be nice to have a coupon, Kim Dent. That if you join my team during January and February and you become a demonstrator, you not only get a 20% discount every single time you place an order, but you also get to see catalogs like this ahead of time, and you get to order from them before like our customers do. You also get, this is something else, which I'm gonna thank Sandy Amon again. Anytime like there's a sale, like a certain promotion, 20% off, like we did recently, 10, 15, 20% off ink, stamps, dies. As demonstrators, we also get the benefit of that sale, plus we get a 20 to 25% discount on top of that. So plus you get to be part of my team, and I have an amazing group of girls. We meet every month, and we share ideas, and we swap cards, and we just have a really good time together. Our meetings are at Zion Lutheran Church on the 4th Saturday of every month. So if you want to be a part of that, or if you have questions, please, you'll hear me talk about it all through January and February. Please contact me. I'd be happy to answer all your questions. So let's see. Let's see, Barb. Let's see. Did you miss my last video? I'm not sure. You can explain. So tonight I have, I hope you're not disappointed. I have one card that I'm going to share with you, but I came up with this idea mainly because at my big stamp classes, a lot of times I don't get the time to sit down and show you like little tips and tricks, and I'm going to do that tonight with some coloring. So you all know, hello Miss Peggy, you all know how I love to color. And so tonight I'm going to demonstrate one card, but then I'm going to show you a handful of ways that you can also color. And it's not, can you believe this, using your Stampin' Blends. I'm going to show you a bunch of different things. So you know how I love those Stampin' Blends, but I'm not using those tonight. So hang tight. I'm going to flip the camera down. Okay, hold on. That's not right. Sorry, girls. Oh my goodness. Where's my little, oh my goodness. Here we go. Okay. I do it? Yeah, I did it. As many weeks as I've been doing this, you would think, but I always say this, every week is an adventure when you're doing something on Facebook, so I need a camera crew. Okay, oh, it looks good. It looks good. And ignore this big ink blob over here. That was from a Memento ink pad that had like a little thread hanging out of it, and I had just re-inked it, and the ink seeped out of it and made a little blob there, so ignore that. Okay, hold on, I'm going to bring in the card. This sweet little card I love, mainly because it is so easy to make, but also, if you know me, I love florals and I love DSP. So it's a simple card, and then it's stepped up by using the DSP, and then there's some new iridescent rhinestones in there. So that's new. And then look at how pretty this ribbon is. This ribbon is in the annual catalog, and I'm going to show you how to make a pretty bow with that. So hold on, I'm going to get my kit. There's not very much to the kit. Of course it's down on the bottom. Okay, we've got one piece of 4 1/4 by 11, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2, and then we've got hold on, girls. You're going to use, I used 9 inches, 2 pieces of 9 inches of this crinkled seam binding ribbon. Here we go. Put everything in. We have a piece of 3 3/4 by 5. That's for your inside. This piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'm going to pull this down. And this DSP is from like I said before, the suite is called Blessings of Home, and this is Heart and Home DSP, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So that's 4 by 5 1/4, or 5 1/4. This is a piece of Night of Navy, just to make a nice little border around that DSP. It's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then this piece is what I used with the color and contour dies. It's 2 3/4 by 4. And then this was the piece that I stamped on, 2 1/2 by 4. And this is, I forgot to say that, this is Misty Moonlight. So hold on. The card base is Misty Moonlight. So I know you all have told me that you like seeing this. I just wish I had a bigger screen for all of you to look at it. Oops, sorry. All right. Now I can see your comment. Oh, thank you, Valerie. Thanks, Sandy. I do too. And here I'm going to show you the DSP. So there's that piece that we're using tonight. It's interesting. It kind of reminds me of like old-fashioned wallpaper kind of, and it's Misty Moonlight. I know in the camera it's kind of turning up. It looks black kind of, but it is Misty Moonlight. And then on the flip side, look at this. This is like bark, which we've had patterns like this before, but this is it's a softer look, and it's more like in smoky slate or basic gray. And then this one, and again, it looks like a vintage wallpaper to me. Isn't it pretty? There's, oh gosh, I'm having a moment. Pale papaya, I believe that's, no, fresh freesia, and then garden green, and then look, another like a hardwood pattern on this side. And then this one is definitely fresh freesia. This one does not remind me of wallpaper. Kind of reminds me like of a little girl's, like what you'd sew a little girl's dress out of material. And then there, look again, they're kind of going with that same theme. And again, it's not black, it's more of basic gray or smoky slate. And then this one, garden green. Isn't it pretty with like a little vine going through it? And then another hardwood. I guess it's heart and home. I guess this is the home part of it maybe. I love this one, and I don't know if you, I'm gonna pull it close to the camera. Do you see the bumblebees? This is definitely cinnamon cider and pale papaya. And there again, there's a tinier, like hardwood. And there's one more piece that I've used a lot of, and I only have bits and pieces of it, but trust me, you'll see me use this a lot through this next catalog. So I'm gonna pull this aside, and I'm going to show you something. If you don't, I know you all have trimmers. I hope you all have trimmers. If you don't, you need to call me. And so I can get you an amazing Stampin' Up! Trimmer. This Stampin' Up! Trimmer has a scoring blade as well as a cutting blade. But this is something I like to show my friends just because it is an easy way for me to fold cardstock. So you can see I folded it in half. I like to use my fingernail and I even up. So even if you have short fingernails, it still works. And then if this is a magic tool. So this is called a bone folder. And then I just take it and whisk it across. Now you know if you've watched me stamp before, I do prefer to use my my scoring blade or my scoreboard. But there, I just wanted to walk you through that. Watch how easy this is. So I'm going to take, I had originally just the DSP on top of the Misty Moonlight, which is pretty. Hold on. You can see I didn't even that up. There, that's pretty. But I decided it needed something to pop. So that's when I decided to add a skinny little border of Night of Navy behind it. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry for the crazy internet. Boo. I hope it gets better. Okay, I'm gonna take my Stampin' Seal and I'm gonna glue this piece down to the Night of Navy. And you have to be careful because like I said, it's a skinny little border like that. Then the Night of Navy gets glued down to the Misty Moonlight. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Karen and Mom. Okay, look how easy so far. Remember I told you about how I was trying not to hoard my paper and how I'm trying to use it? This is a great big piece of DSP, but it makes the card. So the next thing I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna stamp for you with my stamp. Okay, I'm using, this is one of the largest acrylic blocks that we have. Not the biggest, but next to it. And there's the stamp. I'm going to show you, in the next part, I'm going to show you how to, Barb Blacksher had a question about the Stamparatus. So Barb, in honor of you, my next segment is going to be on the Stamparatus. Okay. So, there we go. It's so soft and pretty. Now I'm going to close up my Misty, that's Misty Moonlight. The name of the stamp set, Jill, is Blessings of Home. Oh, here, thanks. Thank you for the reminder, Jill. I can show you the stamp set. I just can't show you the inside of the catalog. Okay, Blessings of Home. And I love it because not only the beautiful flowers on it, but it's got great words. Thank you for inspiring me. Have a perfect birthday. We can get through anything together. You are a real blessing to everyone around you. Oh, love that. What a beautiful day for love. Wouldn't that have been pretty for a wedding card? So, and then it has a set of dies, dun, da, 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 which the dies are amazing. This is the one that I'm using tonight with the small floral bouquet. And then this one goes with the large bouquet spray, I guess you would call it. And then you get all these bonuses, the leaves and the flowers, a lot of greenery, so large and small. So it's a great set. All right, and thank you for asking, Jill. I usually do that. I'm kind of a little befuddled tonight because I think I've got it all in one container. I should have separated. Okay, tonight's star is blender pens. So when you order the blender pens, you get 3 in a set. They have 2 tips on them, and they're both the same. This is one product that's Stampin' Up! 21 or 2 years ago. When I started using this, I was amazed, and so I don't talk about it very often. So that's why tonight I thought I'm gonna use this with some of the coloring techniques. So I've just stamped it, and I'm gonna bring this camera down a little bit. I can take the blender pen and go directly onto, oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you is I used thick white. It's not regular whisper or basic white, it's thick white cardstock that we sell. And you'll see the reason that I prefer that is because you're putting moisture onto it, and I don't want it to pill up. So you can see I'm just going all over, and it's blending that just regular ink. It gives it like a nice, soft, subtle look. Dun, da, da, da. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Wink of Stella, dun, da, 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 magical glitter brush. Now, I could have, you've seen me do that technique before. Sometimes I just take my Wink of Stella and go directly onto it and blend it. But tonight I want to show you more about the blender pens. Yes, it's available tomorrow. You're right, Brenda, and it's in the mini catalog, so it's January through June. So, do you love it? Isn't it pretty? So quick and easy, but it looks like you've done a lot of work. Now, the next thing I did, I took that die that was in the set, and I used my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I cut it out quick and easy. Now, if you don't have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or the dies, you could always fussy cut this with your paper snips, but if you have the machine or a Big Shot, oh my goodness, get the dies and order them together because you save 10%. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm getting out my favorite dimensionals. And I'm putting them, oh, and the die set, I used these last week. They coordinate with color. This is the color and contour, and look at them. Oh, this is the one that I used tonight. And last week, I think I used the larger one on the card that we made. So the color and contour, I have used this, but guess what I've used the most? The dies, because I love those shapes. Love cutting out and having images like, or shapes like this. Okay, guess what I did? I not only put dimensionals on the back of the Misty Moonlight piece, but I also put it on the back of this flower. I love that. I should just say that I love all of Stampin' Up's floral sets because I do. Word stamp sets and florals. That's That's what I go for all the time. So this, for those of you who don't like, or who mail cards and you don't like that extra thickness, because sometimes maybe, I don't know, if they're really thick, you can, that'll add extra, you need extra postage. I don't think you do on this one, but look. Ta-da! All right, and then on the inside of my card, this is what I'm going to put, 3 3/4 by 5. I stamped the Misty Moonlight, the floral spray right in the corner. And then you are a real blessing to everyone around you. It's for our inside. Oops. Oh goodness. My fingers aren't working tonight, girls. All right, and then another new product that is in the, oops. This is another new product that is in the mini catalog, and they're called Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and they're beautiful. I kind of thought they had a pink or yellow cast to them, but when I put them, I guess, I don't know, when I laid them on top of the Misty Moonlight paper, they look blue to me. They have a blue cast to them, which is very cool. I wonder if they'd love to try this out later. If they pick up the tone kind of the cardstock. 3, just very subtle. And then I've got my crinkle ribbon, and I'm going to take a glue dot and I know, Sandy, dimensionals, that is like on every one of my orders. Okay. Let's see, I think I put it down here. Isn't that so, it's like so feminine, so pretty. I want to show you really quick how to tie. Sometimes people are like, how do you do that, Kim? And all I did was I took 2 pieces about, I want to say about 9 inches. And that sounds like a lot, but you need it to make a good, I don't know, this sounds silly. To make, even though it's a tiny bow, you've got to have that extra length and then to work with it. So I just took my two pieces of ribbon, and you know me, I'm queen of the bunny ear bow, and I just tried to hold it together as, here we go. Of course, no, I can't, that's why I tied one together. Okay, hold them together like this, and then I cross them, and then one set of ears goes through the bunny hole. That sounds silly. And then I play with it. So there it looks kind of like it's messed up, but you just kind of gently start fiddling with it and get it kind of to the shape that you want. And then you start tightening. It looks so fancy, girls. And then finally where I get it to exactly where I want it, then that's when I tighten it up, and then I always snip the ends. So kind of looks, what do you call that? Shabby chic. That's the word. Shabby chic. And then snip the ends. I've got these big scissors out here. My scissors that I have need to go to the shop to get sharpened. And if you live in the area, I'm going to shout out to Overland Hardware, who have sharpened my scissors before just for like, and then there's also Brannicky Hardware, who have sharpened my scissors and do a great job and don't charge hardly anything. So that's why I've got this big Mama Jamma set out here, which we used to sell. I wish we still did, but anyway, so there's that pretty little bow for your card. And really, this is, oh, thanks, Miss Penny. This is a really easy card, and you can see you wouldn't even have to use the blender pen if you didn't want to, or the Wink of Stella, but I think that's what makes it. So quick and easy. All right, now on to the coloring portion of my Facebook Live. So I hope I'm not going to bore you, but I love to color, and I use blends so much that I think sometimes I forget about all the different things that we can do. And I know when I have class, I don't get to go around to all of my friends to share with them some tips. Thanks, Kathy. That's a good one. Kathy, I can't remember. Do you have a Stamparatus, Kathy? Okay, I didn't get to make Christmas cards this year because of the wedding, but this is worth its weight in gold, because if you make multiple cards, here, let me pull this up a little, which is you always want to do that. Like if you sit down to make cards, and especially if you fall in love, you're like, oh, that's a good one. You always want to make more than one. Or if you don't have time to make it, please take a picture of it. So that's the easiest way you can refer back to making it again. But the Stamparatus, I'm going to show you how nice it is. So Barb was asking me about it, and it comes with 2 of these plastic panels that you can take on and off. There's a couple different techniques to using it. Hinge stamping is one of them, but it comes with 2, but tonight I'm only going to use 1. It comes with 2 magnets, and this one is covered in washi tape because this was my first Stamparatus that I got. It comes with 2 magnets, and they are powerful magnets, and what happened was at a class, you're supposed to keep them apart, because what happened was the 2 popped together and then snapped and broke, and this actually has kind of like a rough edge on it. So one of my customers that night, she was like, here, we can fix that. And I kept it on there, obviously. So what I like to do, this is, you get your card stock, the size that you want it. Now on that card that we just did, I cut it out, so it really wouldn't make any difference. But you take your card stock, and I'm going to butt it up to the corner of the Stamparatus, and I'm going to take the magnet and set it down on the card stock. Now the next thing I'm going to do, so my stamp is clean, I'm going to position it on here where I want it, and then I'm going to take the plate and push it down and see how it lifts up. The next thing I'm going to do is, so it's going to be there, I'm going to take, usually I use a stamp case, but tonight I'm going to use my stamp and scrub case. And I'm going to show you how amazing this thing is. So you just take, this is a Memento ink. We're going to use this first. And I'm going to ink it up. Oh, I think I got it too dark. Okay, so then I'm going to press down. That looks pretty good, that one. So I'm done with that. So let's say I want to make 3 of these. I'm going to take this white, put it in the corner, take my Memento, ink it up. Okay, you get the idea. Pull this away. Ready to go. Let's see if I've got another blank one here. Nope, I don't. That's okay. So, you can see how quick and easy it is to stamp multiples of like an image like that. And you could do your whole card like that. Just you get it set up. Like, let's say if I wanted the floral piece on one, but then I wanted to put happy birthday underneath it, I could line up the happy birthday on this plate and then squish it down. So it's like thump and thump. Do you love the sound effects? Oh, Brenda, I am not sure. I think for right now, I am going to keep them on Sundays, but I am kind of thinking about Monday. I don't know. I haven't really made a definite decision. It's, I know I might do a poll on my Facebook, in the Facebook group, asking if people are interested, if it's easier on Monday night than it is on Sunday night. So, good question, Brenda. All right, now this is ready to put away, and I'm ready to show you some colors. So remember, this is thick white cardstock. Oh my goodness. There we go. Sorry. I'm going to take, the first technique I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out some watercolor pencils. Stampin' Up! Sells 2 sets. Assortment 1, which you can tell by the branding right here. Assortment 1, I believe these are $16. And you get 13 watercolor pencils. And then assortment 2, this is a newer set, you can see. So this is, how many? 10, and I think it's $12.50. So the colors, you can look in the catalog. The colors that I'm going to use tonight, I'm going to pull this one out. I'm going to pull from the assortment 2. So I'm going to use Garden Green. And look, girls, I'm just laying down a little, that's a petal, a little bit of pigment. Now, you know, I'm doing this fast because of the Facebook, and I want to show you a bunch of different ideas. But then I go back in with my blender pen. Oop, I'm gonna pull it down a little more. Oh, that's so sweet, Brenda. I am glad then. So blender pens, I started saying in the beginning, I've always said I wish I paid more attention or took more art classes, but this was one tool that it just makes coloring so fun and easy. So there's my Garden Green. Now, if I wanted to, it is like magic. Now, the one thing you want to remember is you always have like scrap paper, or I'll use the grid paper. And you are here, I'll show you. I take it and I get that pigment out of the green before I'm going to color now the next one. This one is Balmy Blue. And that's one thing about, this is Balmy Blue. So when I pulled this out, I thought, oh, that looks like Pacific Point, but it is Balmy Blue. So the colors don't match perfectly with, like, our Balmy Blue is a much softer color, but you can see there, when I pull it out, it does start to look like Balmy. And then pull out that color on your scrap paper. And you never, here, this is a good tip, girls. You never want to take this and scribble, because then you would ruin that tip. So you just lightly lay it on its side and pull it out. And then, let's see, do I have, this is crushed curry. Some crushed curry. So it is like scribbling, really. It's nothing fancy. But look how pretty it is. All right, and then let's see, should we finish it up with, let's do some purple. Gorgeous Grape. So, oh, the crazy internet. If it's not Facebook, it's internet connection. All right. Do you see how silly crazy that is? Or crazy silly. Oh, and I didn't pull out that color of it, yellow. How easy it is. And then I can always go back in and lay on more color. Oh, you can see where I went into the crushed curry before there. So there, see how if I want that darker, just gonna pull it. Isn't that pretty and easy? I'm like, feel like an artist. All right, you get the idea. All right, So that's Watercolor Pencils, and that's just one way you can use them. I'm gonna put these away, and then for like $12, look at all the colors you get. Just that's assortment too. There is Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, and Gorgeous Grape. Thank you. Thanks, Karen. Okay, here's the next one. Still going to use the blender pen. Pull in one of these that I just stamped. You can, so I've got my Stampin' Right markers. So if I wanted, I could color directly onto this image. But if you want a softer, more translucent look, I guess you would say, look at this, inky fingers. You can take, okay, here's Gorgeous Grape. Our Stampin' Right markers, you can buy them individually. You can buy them as a set, which I think are $125, or you can buy them by the color family. So this is Gorgeous Grape. It's a brush tip, just like our Stampin' Blends brush tip, as well as the, I don't know what we call this, blunt end, kind of nubby end, I don't know. There's my brush tip. I'm going to take my blend. Watch this, girls. So if I didn't have, if I did not have a Gorgeous Grape ink pad, or if I didn't have the watercolor pencils, but I had the markers, watch this. You can take and pull pigment directly from the brush, or the Stampin' Right marker, onto the blender pen, and then you can color with it. And then you can blend it, because it's oh, I started saying that earlier. It's got like a glycerin something or other in there. Is that not amazing? Here, let's go. Okay, take it. I'm going to take my blend, and I'm going to pull out the color, put the cap back on, and I'm going to go to Crushed Curry. Do the same thing. And then add a little bit. How do you like that? I love it. And like I said, I'm going much faster, and I've told you before, like, coloring to me is like therapy. I could color the day away. And here's our Garden Green. So the you can see the tip is it's stained now. It's got, you know, yellow Crushed Curry in it, but I pulled all the color out, so it will stain. But never fear, go right back in. It's just stained. It's not. It doesn't have the pigment in it. And then I can go right into coloring like that. Color, touching the blender pen to the Stampin' Right marker. Oh, it's in a shadow. Oh, I see it. Oh my goodness. Bummer. All right, I've got just two more I think I want to show you. Oops, wrong lid. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put my... Let's see if this is better, Brenda. Oh my goodness. I have my little light sitting next to me. I bet that's going to be better. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I can take my next one, and I'm going to bring in my ink pads. And what you can do now, a long time ago when we had a different style ink pad, we would take and we would say, for the blender pen, we would say, squish your ink pad. With the new style ink pads, it's harder to do. So what I like to do is I will take a drop of my re-inker. So this is my Crushed Curry. And let's see, I'm going to show you, but you don't need, I mean, you literally, like for this, I just put like just one drop. Look how dark it is. So over here, you can see where I thinned it out. Oop, got to get the green out of there. So see where I'm thinning it out, because if I would go directly onto the cardstock, it's going to be like that icky, I don't know, icky color. So you thin it out, and you've got pigment in there. And then I'm going to try it out on my scrap paper. I'm going to go directly. Is that, I think it's better. I think I forgot about my light. Okay. Now there you can look how dark that is, and that's because there's a lot of pigment in there. So I could really play with it and thin it out. One thing that I want to tell you is I was always taught that you should never, that's really dark. I was always taught that you should never take your blender pen and go directly onto your ink pad, although I do see demonstrators doing it like in the corner. So I don't know, I just have this habit. I always do it like this, where I put the re-inker in the lid. So there's that. Oh, that, I don't really like that. How about that? Let's try another one. That was really too dark. See, let's see, let's try this one. Yeah, there, that's how I want it to look. So I just picked up too much pigment from that re-inker. Okay, here you can see where I've got the garden green in. I just need to go in and fill it in like that. So re-inker into the ink pad, and then let's see, what's another way? Oh, I wanted to show you, so with, this is our shimmery white. So shimmery white, the pigment will glide easier onto your, it has like a coating or a sheen to it. So you could take, let's try this. Let's go back. I can take and color directly, put some pigment on directly onto the image, and then, I'm gonna go this end. So this works well with shimmery white, and then you can play with it a little bit more. Now with our regular basic white, it won't work as well because, like I said earlier, it will the paper will pill up. It's not meant, you know, it's to absorb like all that liquid. You can do it a little bit, but I just prefer the thick stuff. And because I don't really feel like I'm an artist, I don't use watercolor, but I know how to use watercolor paper. That might be something I play with. But isn't this cool? So shimmery white, you take the Stampin' Right marker. Also, ladies, this looks beautiful. Like if you emboss in black first and then you go into color, oh, that's really pretty too. So you would emboss first and then go in, and it really makes your image pop. So there, oh, so pretty. So pretty. Okay, and then let's see, did I have one more? Nope, I think that was it. Watercolor pencils, shimmery white, grabbing the color from the brush tip of the marker, getting pigment from the ink pad. That's just a few ways, oh my goodness, just a few ways you can do it. But anyway, I hope you've learned something tonight. Here, I'm going to flip my camera around. Oh yeah, just tone on tone. That was the other way. Just doing like the stamping in the color that you wanted, and then pulling that pigment out, adding a little bit of Winkostella. So, hope you learned something. Hold on. All right. Woo. So, Thanks so much, everyone. I look forward to seeing you. I think it's going to be on Sunday night this next week. But if not, if you're signed up for stamp classes at Zion Lutheran in Maryland Heights, I'll see you in person on the 14th and 15th. If you're, I always forget this, if you're placing an order tomorrow that is $50 or $50, no, placing an order that's $149.99 or less, you'll want to use my host code JXSR4DT4D24. Go to kimdent.stampinup.net. If you have any questions about celebration, or like I said, if you didn't receive the mini catalog, please let me know and I'll make sure that I get one in, or get both of those in your hands. Have a wonderful rest of your week. God's blessings, everyone. Bye-bye.